you ever wondered if a Roth conversion makes sense for you? A lot of pre-retirees have spent years saving for retirement, and then once they enter that chapter, they come to the realization of having to pay taxes on retirement distributions. Well, Roth IRAs offer tax-free growth within your retirement account and then eventually on withdrawals, but converting isn't always the right choice for everyone. So in today's video, we'll explore 4 scenarios where a Roth conversion might make sense for you. I'll dive deeper into certain strategies and tax implications to help you plan for a smarter retirement. And then stick around to the end for some tips to help you decide if some of these strategies align with your financial goals. So let's start with the basics of what is a Roth conversion. Well, Roth conversion allows you to move money from a pre-tax account, so think an IRA or a 401k, into a Roth IRA, which is tax-free upon qualified withdrawals. Essentially, a Roth conversion forces you to pay the taxes now, but in turn, you're able to generate tax-free growth, which can be very advantageous, especially if you have a long-term time horizon. Now, keep in mind, you do have to have the Roth IRA open for 5 years in order to have the earnings be tax-free. This can add massive value for retirement planning, but the timing of these strategies are very critical for getting it right. And Roth IRAs also come with no required minimum distributions, or RMDs for short, which is another reason why many retirees find this strategy very appealing. Let's start by understanding today's tax environment. So the current federal tax rates, which was introduced in 2017 under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, TCJA for short, was implemented by Trump, and they're set to expire at the end of 2025. Now, it very well could get extended. I think it probably will, but currently, if nothing gets done, they will revert back in 2026. This means that we could see higher tax rates in the very near future. And historically, tax rates have been much higher, and believe it or not, exceeding 90% at one point. While no one can predict the future, our country's rising national debt is getting to astronomical levels, especially if you look back the past 15 years with the financial crisis in 2007, 2008, and then COVID in 2020 that really perpetuated that debt, which really does make future tax increases a strong possibility. Even if Trump and Congress extend the current tax code, it does feel as though we're just kicking the can down the road for eventual tax hikes. So planning ahead for potential changes is a key part of any retirement strategy. Take a moment to consider, if tax rates were to rise significantly in the future, how would that impact your retirement plan? Could a Roth conversion now save you from higher taxes later on in life? So the first reason really comes down to just peace of mind. For many, taxes can create significant stress, especially in retirement. But by converting part of your portfolio to a Roth IRA, you eliminate the uncertainty of future tax hikes for that portion of your wealth. Knowing some of your money is safe from higher taxes really can provide peace of mind and allow you to focus on enjoying retirement and focus less on what tax law changes may have as an impact. And you know what? Not having the government play a role in your portfolio with potential tax rates really can provide a lot of ease and peace of mind. So this qualitative benefit of comfort really may outweigh the short-term cost of paying taxes on the conversion. When you first retire, you may experience a dip in income before things like required minimum distributions, so RMDs, and Social Security income start to kick in. Typically, this is somewhere in your early to late 60s. This is the phase where you are probably primarily living off of things like your pension or even some portfolio income. Now, we call this the post-retirement income valley. And during this period, your taxable income might be lower, making it an ideal time to convert funds to a Roth IRA at likely a reduced tax rate from when you were working, or even once RMDs and Social Security eventually kick in. If you're in your 60s and not yet drawing from Social Security, ask yourself, could this income dip be an opportunity to lower your lifetime tax bill? Because remember, we want to play chess with your taxes, not checkers. That means we want to focus on reducing taxes over longer periods of time, not necessarily year by year. Also, one important note, by doing Roth conversions during this window, you are also likely lowering your RMD amounts from pre-tax buckets because more of those pre-tax dollars have moved into a Roth which has no RMDs. This can help save you money not only in taxes, but also on Medicare premiums down the road, because the higher your income in retirement, the higher your Medicare premiums will be as well. Now, if your goal is to pass wealth to your children tax efficiently, a Roth conversion can be a great way of doing so, because traditional retirement accounts require heirs to pay taxes on withdrawals. Now, there are some people who their goal is just to spend every last drop of money that they've earned. However, the opposite tends to be truer for our clients, where a big goal of theirs is to make sure that their kids or certain family members are taken care of once they pass away. Or at the very least, they have their kids inherit their assets in a tax-efficient manner. So I say all of this because back in 2019, Congress passed a law called the Secure Act, whereby non-spouse beneficiaries, so think your children, have to deplete retirement accounts within 10 years once you pass away. So that 10-year clock begins the year after death. Also, within that 10-year time frame, if you were collecting RMDs before you pass, your children also need to take out an RMD each year within that 10-year time frame. So imagine your children inheriting a tax-free account that grows for an additional decade with compound interest working in their favor. Ultimately, this allows your legacy to continue growing tax-free while reducing the tax burden on your family. Now, when the market experiences a 10 to 15% decline, or even a bear market of, let's say, 20% or more, seeing your portfolio value decline really never feels good. But this can actually create a unique opportunity. By converting during a downturn, you pay the taxes on the reduced account value, and the future recovery now happens in a tax-free Roth account. So for example, by doing a Roth conversion when the market is down, you essentially move or convert the same positions from your pre-tax IRA, but now into your Roth IRA. You still own the same amount of shares, but the prices decline. Now, once the market eventually recovers from that decline, and in turn your Roth IRA, that recovery is now happening in a tax-free account. Let's go a little deeper in this example. Let's say that your account value goes from $1 million down to $750,000 during a market downturn. It just eventually there's going to be a decline. Not to say that you should convert the full amount, that $750,000, but let's just say that you did convert that and now it's growing tax-free. And of course, you do have to pay the taxes on that amount. But when the market eventually recovers on that $750,000, it goes to $1 million or even $2 million longer term, that amount is now tax-free. On the other hand, if you didn't convert, you didn't do anything when the market was down, well, yes, you would still have the same dollar amount because hypothetically the positions didn't change, but that same amount would still have been in your pre-tax account, not in a Roth. Meaning at some point that $2 million in that example will fully be taxable, whether you pay the taxes at some point or your heirs. Now, one thing to make note of is that you probably want to have cash on hand to pay the taxes on the full conversion in that example, instead of digging into your portfolio to have taxes withheld, because this ensures that the full recovery is capitalized tax-free. Roth conversions aren't one size fits all. Your financial goals, your age, current and future tax situation, as well as your long-term plan should guide your decision in whether a Roth conversion makes sense. This isn't about chasing trends, but more so about creating a strategic plan that works for you. And as always, you should consult a trusted tax professional to weigh the pros and cons based on your unique situation. Now, an additional thought, remember that the true value of a Roth conversion lies in aligning it with your overall retirement and wealth building goals. Take the time to reflect on your priorities before making an educated decision. If you're unsure whether a Roth conversion is right for you, let's connect over a discovery call. You can schedule a call with my team using the link in the description, and we'll help you maximize your retirement. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone that you might think will also find it helpful.